Marcel, with what networks I should start? There are so many networks like Taboola, Outbrain, like the big networks, but furthermore, there are also the smaller, more niche networks, like for example, RevContent, MGID, and many, many more. In this video, we will speak about what's the right traffic source in the native advertising game to start from the very beginning. Plus, additionally, I have a little bonus for you, something completely new we have developed to help you here on YouTube, to help our audience here on YouTube to develop the native advertising game on the next level. So stay tuned and watch the video until the end. Hi everyone, my name is Marcel Sattler. I'm the founder of Purple Black, a native advertising only agency. What we're doing on a daily basis is we run profitable performance marketing campaigns on native advertising traffic sources like Taboola, Outbrain, Yahoo, Gemini, and many, many more. And a very common question, which I receive very often, at least 7, 8, 9 times per week, is what's the traffic source which I should start in the beginning? Is it Taboola? Is it Outbrain? Is it a combination of both? Is it something else? Is it RevContent, MGID? What makes sense? And before we dig into this topic, it's important to understand the native advertising game a bit better. So first of all, when we speak about Taboola and Outbrain, we speak about the major traffic sources in the native advertising game. So both of them are the market leaders, both of them are huge international companies, and both of them have the most traffic out there. So if you want to go big, you go with either Taboola or Outbrain. And because each traffic source here, like doesn't matter if it's Taboola or Outbrain, each of the traffic sources, it's so huge. Therefore, it's pretty enough to start in the very beginning with one of these traffic sources. Doesn't matter if it's Taboola or Outbrain here in this situation. Of course, there are some countries, some areas, depends on what you want to sell, what you want to advertise, and in which country you are. There are more reasons which are like pro Taboola or pro Outbrain and vice versa. But this depends a bit on the individual thing, you know. In the majority of cases, you're good to go with one of these big traffic sources. The big benefit here is if you go with Taboola or Outbrain, they have like algorithms, you know. If you're an online marketer, you are familiar with algorithms, you know them from Facebook, from Google, and from TikTok, so you are aware of these algorithms. However, that was the good news. The bad news is the algorithms from Taboola and Outbrain, they are far not competitive with something like from Google or so. Impossible. Because even though like Taboola and Outbrain are huge companies, they're huge firms. However, they are way smaller than, for example, Google or Meta. That's important to understand. On the other hand side, you don't have a user account also at Taboola or Outbrain. So you target more or less with native advertising the whole open web, which makes it way more complicated for these kind of traffic sources to track users properly. Therefore, there's also not a real working interest-based targeting in the background. However, they have algorithms, and these algorithms are getting smarter and smarter every day. So if you check out the latest updates on both traffic sources, things like the real effective CPC are going less important. So they're less important than, let's say, 6 or 9 months ago, because back then it was way more important which CPC you set up. Nowadays, you have some campaign types where the CPC will adjust dynamically based on the auction out there, based on the competition out there, based on the daytime. So there are multiple factors which are part of the calculation of the CPC here. So long story short, you have less work and better results. And these big traffic sources, they are now more open to this. So it's easier for you as a marketer to join these traffic sources. Doesn't matter if it's Taboola or Outbrain. So in the very beginning, therefore, you're good to go to start with either of them. But of course, I'm also aware of it, there are multiple other traffic sources. Doesn't matter if it's MGID, RevContent, and there are also some push native advert or push traffic sources like, for example, propeller ads. And I could speak with you about them with a whole video, you know, just 6 minutes discussing about what's the benefits of each of these platforms. But this honestly doesn't matter, because in the very beginning, it's more important to get with one traffic source profitable, and afterwards I would anyway recommend you to scale your campaign up on different traffic sources here. It's very important to understand. And by the way, we are also friends with the smaller traffic sources. Are you interested in having an interview with the leading people there behind to understand more how these kind of traffic forms or these kind of platforms are working? If so, write it down in the comments and also write down on what traffic source you're most interested in, and who knows, maybe we'll create a video about that. But back to the main topic. So if you are starting with one traffic source, like for example, you start with Outbrain and you establish there a profitable campaign, anyway, you can more or less duplicate the winning parameters, the winning assets for your campaign at RevContent or MGID. These platforms know very precisely that they are not the #1 traffic source in your marketing mix, they are smart. So they know you can add them additionally and make a bit of extra money on the side, but these traffic sources are not the big traffic sources out there. These are usually not the first traffic sources or the traffic sources in the first row. So on Taboola, you can also spend like 30, 40K per day. On the smaller traffic sources, there is no point to spend this amount. So that means you have less spend there, but sometimes if you optimize it correctly, maybe more margins or more profits, even though it's a bit harder to optimize it. So therefore, the easiest start in the very beginning is to start with Taboola or Outbrain, because they have the algorithms, they have new campaign types, which makes it very easy to you or for you, almost effortless to start with them, even though it's still complicated. I know they speak also in some other videos about it, because it's not just the media buying part, but also other parts. However, at least the media buying part, this is getting easier and easier to access it, even though it's still a bit complicated. And the other traffic sources like MGID or RevContent, they have this missing link from the algorithm, and they are by far not that huge like the big major traffic sources like Taboola and Outbrain are. However, they also have sometimes very nice placements which are converting as crazy. This is just important to understand. So there is no left or right or wrong, or black or white, however you want to name it. There are different traffic sources and you have to test them out. In the beginning, it makes sense to start with a big traffic source and afterwards to scale on some smaller traffic sources. But let me come now to something very special for me and also for my team. So we at Purple Black, when we started with this YouTube channel like more than 1 year ago, we didn't know how it will go. You start with a video, it's a bit of work to create these videos. And I created these videos out of a pain, because my pain was back then when I started with native advertising that there is no legit source of knowledge out there to learn native ads. That was my problem. So I spent a lot of money and I burn incredible much money. It's insane, honestly. And therefore, we decided to create this YouTube channel. You see, these videos are not fancy. We don't have some special effects. It's just literally me speaking about native ads, sometimes showing something on the monitor. However, we are planning something new. And our goal is to have something like a huge community about nothing but native. And we're currently building it. So we are planning to put you guys together, also traffic sources, and share with you the best practices, the templates, insights, and also have a discussion about what's working, what's not working, sharing with you some campaign insights that you really can not just learn native advertising, but also increase your results on an ongoing basis. And furthermore, to be updated, be up to date, stay up to date on the native advertising sphere. So this is what we planned. We planned this in a paid membership, and we are not done yet with it, but there is a wait list. If you're interested in it, I definitely want to invite you to sign up now. In the very beginning, we will start with limited spots. So it's definitely worth it to sign up if you're really interested in it, because this can be a huge game changer for your native advertising game. It doesn't matter if you're interested in e-commerce, lead gen, affiliate marketing, or arbitrage. We have content for every of these niches. So stay tuned, sign up for the waiting list, and we will keep you posted on this topic. I hope you liked that video. If so, I would extremely appreciate if you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and of course activate the bell to receive an update when I upload a new video here on YouTube about nothing but native. Have a good one. See you next time.